what do you think of the fact that Einstein didn't get the Nobel Prize for general relativity?
Tragedy. He should have gotten maybe 4 Nobel Prizes, honestly. He certainly should have got the photoelectric effect was 100% worth a Nobel Prize because, and people don't quite get this, who cares about the photoelectric effect? That's like this very minor effect. The point is his explanation for the photoelectric effect invented something called the photon. That's worth the Nobel Prize. Max Planck gets credit for this in 1900, explaining blackbody radiation by saying that when a little electron is jiggling in an object at some temperature, gives off radiation in discrete chunks rather than continuously. He didn't quite say that's because radiation is discrete chunks, right? It's like having a coffee maker that makes 1 cup of coffee at a time. It doesn't mean that liquid comes in 1 cup quanta, right? It's just that you are dispensing it like that. It was Einstein in 1905 who said light is quanta, and that was a radical thing. So that clearly, that was not a mistake. But also special relativity clearly deserved the Nobel Prize, and general relativity clearly deserved the Nobel Prize. Not only were they brilliant, but they were experimentally verified, like everything you want.
So separately, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, humans.
Yeah.
Whatever the explanation there.
Edwin Hubble never won the Nobel Prize for finding the universe was expanding.
Yeah. And even the fact that we give prizes is almost kind of silly, and we limit the number of people that get the prize and all that.
I think that the Nobel Prize has enormous problems. I think it's probably a net good for the world because it brings attention to good science.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a net negative for science because it makes people want to win the Nobel Prize.
Yeah, there's a lot of fascinating human stories underneath it all. Science is its own thing, but it's also a collection of humans. And it's a beautiful collection. There's tension, there's competition, there's jealousy, but there's also great collaborations and all that kind of stuff. Daniel Kahneman, who recently passed, is one of the great stories of collaboration in science. So all of it, that's what humans do. And Sean, thank you for being the person that makes us celebrate science and fall in love with all of these beautiful ideas in science, for writing amazing books, for being legit and still pushing forward the research science side of it, and for allowing me and these pothead questions, and also for educating everybody through your own podcast. It's everybody should stop everything and subscribe and listen to every single episode of Mindscape. So thank you. I've been a huge fan forever. I'm really honored that you would speak with me in the early days when I was still starting this podcast. It means the world.
I appreciate it. Thanks very much for having me on. Now that you're a big deal, still having me on.
Thank you, Sean.